Good morning, grade 12 STEM. So for today's video presentation, this is additional topics or this lesson presentation. No? This is not part of the prelim, but this can be part of the midterm. But the reason why I presented this topic first is that because we will be conducting a research, no, and this topic no, is part of our research. So this will be an additional knowledge for you. So I hope you will learn a lot with this lesson today. And so without further ado, let's start no, our discussion. So before I proceed to the next slide, I have a few questions for you. Have you ever noticed no, that some children look very much like their parents? No? Para sila silang parents. And there are also children na they are different. Not they have different looks from their parents. So like for example, a child have the father's height, no, but the mother's eye color. So why do you think that this? Why do you think this happens? So of course, this happens because of the word or the term heredity. And the heredity, if we define heredity, this is the passing of the traits from parents to the offspring. Offspring, this is the child or the result no sa pagmate sa mother and father. And traits, no, such as hair color, skin color, height, and even certain diseases, no, are inherited through genes. And many years ago, the field of genetics, no, somehow began with a one person. So, kinsa man kato siya nga person? He is Gregor Johann Mendel. So, Gregor Johann Mendel, he is an Austrian monk, teacher, and a biologist. So he discovered the basic principle in the field of genetics through his garden bee experiment. Now, during his experiment, whenever he performed a cross of the pea plants, so pea plants, mo siya ang pea plant. I don't know what you call that in Bisaya, or have you seen that no in your surroundings? That is the pea plants. Now, every time, so what he did in his experiments, he was more siya iyang gibreed ang pea plants. So iyang gibreed ang pea plants. For example, na pea plants nga color yellow, nya na usa nga seed nga wrinkled. So pag breed ana niya, no, he carefully counted no ang sa mga offspring ato nga iyang gibot na experiment. And with his knowledge no in mathematics, he found out that every time he repeated a particular cross, no, he obtained maka-obtain siya og mga similar results. So that's why it led him to formulate the laws of inheritance. And later on, we will discuss that one, the law of inheritance. So, before we actually proceed no, to the concept of this lesson, for us to understand more, nga para dili ta maglibok throughout kay since ma-encounter there are terms na that we will going to encounter, and these terms is kani siya nga akong gipakita sa slide. So first is we have the term allele. So allele, no, this is one or two more alternative forms of gene. Now let's have for example, let me draw. Oh, for example, we have big letter H and the Y, the small letter H. So this represents no alternative alternative composition sa gene lang siya. Para for us to determine kung unsa tay gene ani gawas or unsa tay gene nga unsa tay resultant nga gene or traits nga napasa sa offspring. So allele, so kaning big letter H and small letter H, this represents the allele or these are the alleles. Okay. Now for the dominant trait, we talk about dominant trait. This trait that is expressed. So ang kaning maging dominant, 'di ba? We have for example atong alleles nga duha ka buok. So the H nga the big letter H, tabalikon para di maglibog. So the big letter H, so na to siya isuwat. Is the big letter H hindi siya nasuwat. the big letter H and the small letter h. So, the dominant trait, ug ato siyang i-observe sa kaning duha ka block letters, ang dominant trait diha is kaning big letter H. Now, i-combine na to sa genetics sa different parents. If we have a result nga kaning naatay big letter H and small letter h, is that matabunan niya ang kaning small letter h. Why? Because ang kaning mga big letters na mo na siya considered nga dominant. So, for example, ang kaning big letter H kay green ni siya nga color sa usa ka flower, and then ang small nga letter h kay nag-represent siya as color sa yellow color sa usa ka flower. So again, ang big letter H kay red, and then ang small letter h kay yellow. Let's say yellow na siya. And so, since dominant, naman siya dominant trait na may kuyog ang H nga small, nga big H, which is the dominant. So, ang resultant ani is ang color sa flower is red because naama siya dominant nga trait. So, mostly, if makabagat mo mga dominant trait na sa kani siya nga lesson, is iya gina i-cover ang katong recessive. Ang kaning recessive, this is kani siyang small letter H. And later on, mas masabtan na nato sa throughout itong discussion. So, kani siya kay more, kung ano siya, di pa kay siya masabtan, but later on, mas masabtan nato siya. Sa erase. Okay. Now, for the next one, kaning F1 generation, so this is the first filial or first generation of offspring. So, if nakay duha ka organisms imate nimo, so ang offspring ana first na that is the first generation. So, the F2 generation, so this is the generation produced by interbreeding individuals of the F1 generation, reproductive or sex cell. So, muna siyang resultant sa katong F1 generation nga gimate. So, if paspas ra ko, no, if paspas ra kong discussion, if I am too fast, you can drag no the video para mas masabtan ninyo. So, pwede rin ninyo i-drag ang video para inyong ibalik, no, asa mo dapita ato na paspasan or wala na sabtan. Now, for the gamete, no, the gamete, this is a genetic composition of an individual. For example, for us humans, no, sperm cell and egg cells. So, muna siya. Ang gamete sa male is sperm cell. And then sa female is we have the egg cells. And the genotype, this is a genetic composition of an individual. For example, katong gisuwat, big letter H and small letter h. That is the example of the genotype. And dili ni mo siya makita physically if mutanaw ka sa usa ka organism or mutanaw ka sa usa ka for example sa imong katapad or sa imong classmate. So dili ni mo siya may bawan. This is just a composition. Mura ra siya ga-represent lang siya sa genetic. Okay, next one we have the heterozygous. So organisms that have two different alleles. So for the same trait. So for example, sa heterozygous is this one, same sa atong example. So the reason why heterozygous from the word is of hetero, so different. So as you can see, different sila. Di sila same nga big letter H, di sila same nga small letter H. So na siya big and small letter H. That's why heterozygous siya. Pero homozygous, ang example sa homozygous is, na siya, same siya nga big letter H and also same sad siya nga small letter H. That is the homozygous. From the word is homo. So same siya. Okay, hopefully kina na sabtanda. This is just the term ha, but later on mas complex siya, complicated siya. That's why it's better nga we understand this first ng mga terms kay ma-encounter nato siya throughout the discussion. Next one is the phenotype. This is the observable characteristics of an individual. So mo ni siya ang mostly ma-observe ninyo sa usa ka individual, no, if natanaw mo sa inyong mga igsoon or sa inyong friends, no, na siya black hair, blonde hair ba, that is the phenotype. So, that is the example of the phenotype. So, the Punnett square, I don't know if you're familiar with the Punnett square, since I think na-mention na sa inyong mga past levels. No? So, the Punnett square, if you remembered, mura ni siya og like this, siya grid, ana. So, each grid kay magbutang mo na og traits. Kay imo man na siya i-cross-cross. Ayan na siya ang Punnett square. So, for example, kana. And we also have here, kana. I-cross nimo, wait, malit siya. So, i-cross nimo, Imo na din siya i-cross from the upper to the left na XX, yung X, ganyan. Yan na rin na siyang may tabo. That is the Punnett square. So, method ni siya para mahibawa na to unsay resultant or pila ka percent or probability no nga ma-produce sa duha ka parents ng unsa nga trait ang ilang ma-produce. So, that is the Punnett square. And for the recessive trait, no na-mention na nina ko earlier, so when we talk about recessive trait, this trait no that is masked no in the presence of the dominant trait. For example, katong small letter H, no, the small letter H. So, mo to siya ang gitawag nga recessive trait. Basta, you have to remember, recessive trait gani, small letters ni siya. Pero, og dominant trait, mga big letter ni siya. Okay? And hetero, different, homozygous kay same. Now, let's proceed sa next na to siyang next slide. Now, we will discuss about the Mendelian. Now, in Mendel's experiment, no, this involves the use of the Punnett square. No? You're familiar already with the Punnett square, which is why no, we must learn to use it as well. Now, in a Punnett square, the gametes produced by the parents no, are written on the outer sides or top and the left side of the square. So, kato kong example ganina. So, the possible gene combinations no, are represented na inside the square. So, capital letters represent the dominant and the lowercase letters represent the recessive alleles. And let's proceed so the first na to nga monohybrid nga cross. Now, if we talk about monohybrid cross, now this is part, ang kaning monohybrid cross is part of the Mendelian. So, monohybrid cross, this is a cross between parents that differ in one trait. Now, all you have to remember in the mono, from the word itself mono, one trait lamang. So, for example, we have the big letter Y, which is the yellow colored flower, and the small y, which is the green colored flower. No? Remember that one. So, I have here a Punnett square. So, for this discussion, no, it is, I recommend na you will have a paper, na magkamag paper and a ballpen para you can pause the video anytime if ganan mo mag-answer para at least it is a challenge for yourself. Now, in this crossing among hybrid cross, ato lang siya ako siya next para ako siyang masuwatan. So, saan na nato siya pag-cross? So, first we look at the upper part. So, since we have the y sa upper part and we have the on the left side nasa tay big nga y. So, atong unahon is si y. So, ari siya, ibutang na to siya, big letter y. And sa kilid, we have the big letter y. And same also sa pikas, since namatay y diri nga gamay, so atong unahog butang diri say big letter y, dili siya wait sa ha, to siyang itry og eraser. Tarungon para makita ninyo if big y ba siya. It's the big y, big y. For this one, kay since naman siya big y and small y, so atong siyang i-write like this. And also this one, big Y and the small y. Okay, small y. And since ang i-breed na to, i-cross na to, since na naman siya small y, ari sa left side, na siya small y, we can write it like this, no? So, duha na siya ka small y. Atong basahon, naatay homozygous nga letter y, nasa tay heterozygous nga y, duha ka buok, and we have the homozygous nga small letter y. So, this is the result. So, this is the result. Okay. So, gitudluan na tamo kung saan na to pag o giunsa to siya pag cross ang duha ka buok trait. So, this is the result, no? So, for the y, duha ka y, that is the yellow. Since wala may nasagol dira nga small nga y. And even so, if na siya masagol, yellow gyapon ang resultant niya. That's because matabunan man sa dominant ang recessive nga small letter y. And we have the green, which is homozygous of the small letter y. So, green na siya since wala naman siya dominant. So, that is the monohybrid cross. So, maro na yung i-remember sa monohybrid cross. it differs in one trait. So if we find if ato siyang pangitaon ang iyang genotype, so we have 25%. Now each box man gid aning 4 kabuok. Now this represents at the 25%. So if we look at no, so naa siya sa iyang genotype na siya usa ka buok big letter nga Y, that's why 25%. And we have the 50% since duha man ka buok ang appear nga big letter Y and small letter Y. And we also have 25% sa small nga Y, na two small Ys. So 25%, 50%, and 25%. Now, if we talk about the phenotype niya is ingan yun na siya pagsuwat. Since ang resultant sa iyang phenotype is tuluman kabok yellow, so we can write it as 75% phenotype of yellow flower and 25% phenotype of green flower. And I hope nakuha ninyo ang answer. So that's it about the monohybrid cross. So atong pangitaon iyang ratio, so mo ni iyang ratio. So iyang genotypic ratio is 1 to big letter Y to 1 big Y letter and small letter Y, 1 2 small letter Y, so 1 to 1. And for the phenotype ratio, na siya 3 yellow and 1 green, or the 3-1 ang iyahang ratio. So yan na siya pagkuha sa genotype, phenotype, o kanang iyahang mga ratio. Hopefully naka-learn ra mo ani sa pagkuha na sabtan ninyo unsa siya pagkuha ang genotypic ratio, phenotypic ratio, and also sa itong mga genotype and phenotype niya. Next one is what we call the dihybrid cross. So a dihybrid cross, it is a cross between two organisms. From the word itself, di, it is two, meaning two, kaya ang usa kay mono, one man two. So it is a cross between two organisms, with both being heterozygous for two different traits. For example, we have for the letter A, we have black hair. For the small letter, blonde hair. Big letter B, blue eyes. And the small b, we have the brown eyes. Now, the next step aning dihybrid cross is we have to determine the possible gamete combinations. But first, mo ni siya ang, let's say for example, mo ni siya ang traits sa father and a mother. So a father has a black hair and a brown eyes na nag-compose aning heterozygous. So kaning dihybrid cross kay nagini siya lain-lain nga trait, with both being heterozygous with two different traits. So for example, sa father, na siya black hair. So ang black hair represent siya sa big letter A and small letter A. And ang brown eyes sad is big letter B and small letter B. And also same also sa mother, the mother has a black hair and also a brown eyes. Same na sila sa father. So for us, the next step aning about is we have to determine the possible gamete combination. So unsaon man nato pag-combine? So we will use so ingani siya pag-combine sa father. So since same man ang father niya na ay black hair or brown eyes, so ingani siya pagsuwat. We have big letter A, small letter A, big letter B, and small letter B. Same also sa mother. So for us to proceed to the next step, which is to determine the possible gamete combination, so we will use the method nga FOIL. So I know you're familiar with the FOIL, katong sa math, nagigamit ko siya sa math, katong first term, outside, inside, and last term. So for this one, ato sa siyang magamit para ato siyang ma-segregate or ma-assort ang traits sa father o sa mother. So, i-segregate na to or i-combine na to, we'll have this. So, A and B, mo ni siya ang result. A and B sa first, and then the outside sa big letter A, sa kanang green, big letter A and small B, and then inside, the small letter A sa big letter B, and the last one, which is the last term, which is the small letter A and big letter the last one is ang kanang A, small a and small b. So, nasayop na ko siya og color-color. So, just follow the foil, first, outside, inside, and the last. So, muna siya ang result. And we will gonna put it into the Punnett square. So, muna ni siya ang noun sa Punnett square. So, you can pause the video if ganahan mo mag-answer. So, you can pause the video. So, for the result, ang result aning Rye hybrid cross, no? For example, kani siya nga Punnett square is this one. So, try to check if sakto inyong answer. Try to check if sakto inyong answer. Wala ba nasayop sa kong present tira. So, for the, you just have to cross it, no? So, at first, so there is a first column. You have to cross A, B, big letter A, B, and A, B. So, muna siya result sa A, big A, and B. So, homozygous siya. Kay same raman sila. And for the next one, kanang double, the two letter big A and big letter B and small letter B, same diri sa ikatulong nga column sa first row. So we have the big letter A, small letter A, and two big letter B. And the last column and the first row is we have the big letter A, and we have also small letter A, big letter B, and we have also small letter B. So on and so forth. So, yan na siya pag cross. So, hopefully, sakto ra inyo ang nakuha nga result or inyo if nag-answer na dira. So, this is the result of dihybrid. Ang nakakuha na ning dihybrid is daghan jud kayo siya. Compared sa mono, nga usara, ang kaning dihybrid is daghan siya and puro siya mga hetero. So, ang result is this one. So, for the black hair and brown eyes, diba, ang black hair represent siya sa A, big letter A, and the brown eyes is letter B. So, mo ni siya itong ma-determine nga black hair and brown eyes. So, ma'am, nganong na may appeal man ang black hair and brown eyes sa kaning big letter A and small letter A. Let me try to circle para di mabilibag kani siya. Di ba siya same even kani di sad siya same sa kaning kung gi-circlean nga color blue. That is because, di ba, what I've said earlier, basta dominant gani, ang kanang mga small letter, iya na siya i-cover. So, basta na-dominant, automatic makover na niya ang kanang mga recessive nga trait or kanang allele. And so, that's why, even though naa siya small letter A, makonsider ka mo siya black hair, it's because naam siya dominant nga letter A, kanang big letter A. Hopefully, nakasabot to dira nga part. So, in this Punnett square, sa dihybrid cross, so we have, pila ni kabuk? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 kabuok, black hair and brown eyes, nga possible nga ilang maproduce sa ilang anak. And we also have, black hair and blue eyes. So, naitulo kabuok, possible probability, 3 kabuk possible nga probability nga makakuan sa ilang anak. And we also have the blonde hair and brown eyes, kanang red. And the last one, kaning 1 probability nga na sila blonde hair and blue eyes nga anak. So if we count their, if we try to find their ratio, so we have the 1 big double A and big double B, 2 double A, and big B and small b na siya, sayop na ng N. And we have one double A and 1 double B, 2 for the alleles nga big letter A and small letter A and double big B, 4 for the alleles nga big letter A, small letter A, and we also have big B and small b, or the heterozygous for the A, letter A, and B. And 1 for the small double A and big letter B. 2 for double A nga small, and we have the heterozygous nga B. And 1 for double small A and double nga small B. So in phenotype ratio, we have the 9 black hair and brown eyes, 3 black hair and blue eyes, 3 blonde hair and brown eyes, and 1 blonde hair and blue eyes. And so for the next slide, we will discuss the law of inheritance na formulate ni Igor Mendel. So we'll start at the first law, which is the law of segregation. Now, in this law of segregation, for the law of segregation, this law states that during the production of the gametes, two copies of each hereditary factor segregate so that offspring acquire one factor from each parent. So, ato na ni siyang nabuhat kanina. So, just don't confuse yourself. Ang ipasabot lang sa law of segregation is that each organism must have two alleles for a trait. And these alleles separates during gamete formation so that each gamete carries only one allele. So the law of segregation, this also represents as a process of the Punnett square or the Punnett square. Because as you can see, sa Punnett square man gid gilay-lahi, right? Gilay-lahi na to ang big letter Y and the small letter Y, same sad para. It is because each parent must contribute to the resultant of the other offspring. For example, we have the female, di ba ang female have the XX chromosomes and the male have the XY chromosomes. So, dapat magkuha ta, for example, pa ng meiosis, no? So, each parent, dapat na atay makuha nga usa ka trait sa ilaha. So, usa sa imong mama, and usa sa imong papa. So, ang gi-state lang ani sa law of segregation, we must place only one allele in each gamete in the Punnett square. So, again, this the law of segregation explains why we need to place only one allele in each gamete in the Punnett square. Now, in this law, the genes do not influence one another on how they are sorted. So this law can be represented by the Mendel's dihybrid experiment. And later on, kaya na siya explain more pa yun. Now, in the first part, we have here a picture. Now, in the first part, he crossed the plants, sa kanang diagram, just observe the diagram. He crossed the plants that have round. Kanang same nga double big letter Y, that is the round, no, kanang nadal sa kilid, so nakagibot ang description para di mo maglibog. So in the first part, he crossed the plants that have round and the yellow peas, which are represented by the homozygous genotype, big letter R and big letter Y, with plants that have wrinkled and green peas, which is represented by the homozygous genotype, small r and small y. All of the first generation offspring have round and yellow peas. And so, which represents siya sa heterozygous genotype of R and Y. So, heterozygous, the big letter R, small r, big letter Y, and small y. So, kana siyang resultant. Kabantay mo ka ng arrow diri dapita. Ano siya? Muna siya ang resultant. So, again, all of the first generation offspring have round and yellow peas, which represent ana siyang alleles. So, this shows that the alleles that code for the round shape and yellow color of the peas are dominant over the alleles that code for the wrinkled shape and for the green color of peas. Of course, iya gina i-cover because dominant man ang duha ka buok na trait or alleles na big letter Y and big letter R. So, of course, iya gina ma-cover ang kanang mga recessive Y and R na gagmay or small letters. So, however, this part only provides the hybrid plants. This only provides the hybrid plants needed for the next cross. Mendel then crossed the first generation plants to each other. So, ang katong first generation nga na-produce, yung sa katong parent nga generation, or sa katong parents yun, kaya na pong gi-cross. We cross each other no to produce or to create the second generation or katong F2 generation of the plants. Note that na each plant and the first generation was formed no by the fusion of the gametes that have both homozygous alleles no katong parent. And as a result of his experiment, he found out that the members of the generation 2 have phenotypes that not found in a first generation nga plants. So this shows that the alleles that code for seed shape was segregated independently from those that code for seed color. Okay, para mas masabtan. So this means the inheritance of one trait does not affect the inheritance of another trait. So if the genes no are on different chromosomes or far apart, so dili siya maka-affect sa alain nga genes. Each combination is possible because two traits assorts independently. So the alleles received for one trait does not depend on the allele for the another trait. Now, for example, getting the R nga round shape no, does not automatically nga maka-get sa siya og yellow because paano siya random man siya ang pag random man ang pag-combined nila. So dili pasabot nga if makakuha ka round nga shape na ano sad kay yellow. Now it could be yellow or yellow nga round shape or it could be wrinkled siyang yellow, it could be round, green iyang color. So, mora na siya ang pasabot sa law of independent assortment. So, it does not depend on the allele for another trait. Next law is what we call the law of dominance. So, according to the law of dominance, hybrid offspring will only inherit the dominant trait in the phenotype. So, the alleles that are suppressed are called the recessive traits, while the alleles that determine the trait are known as the dominant trait. So for the law of dominance, of course, no na I think we already know about this one since I also explained to you if na yun a big letters nga mga dominant, of course makover dito niya ang mga recessive. So ang gipasabot lang aning law of dominance is that whenever there is a dominant nga allele, ang recessive nga allele natong nga gagmay nga letter of course, makover dito siya. So, only the dominant allele na will be observed in the phenotype of an organism. Okay, hopefully, nasabtan na siya. Same goes like this, no? So, naay heterozygous nga letter Y, which is the big Y and the small y. But then, ang iyang color is yellow since naama siya dominant nga big letter Y. So if we try to differentiate the three laws of the principle of Mendelian inheritance or the law of inheritance, so in the law of segregation, the two alleles no, for each gene are placed in different gametes. So muna siya ang process katong pagkuha na to sa Punnett square. So gi-separate lang siya para magkuhatag usa sa mother and sa father. Each parent magkuhatag lain-lain or usa-usa nilang nga allele. And for the law of independent assortment, the inheritance of one gene doesn't affect the inheritance of any other gene. No, dili mean nga if ang father is na ay red, brown hair, na ay siya brown hair and blue eyes, doesn't mean nga sa next po ng offspring niya is iya sa itong makuha. So it's either random na gid siya. So it's either baka siya brown hair niya with green eyes, yung usa kay brown hair, yung blue eyes, that's the law of independent assortment. And for the law of dominance, when two different alleles are present, no, only one is dominant and it will be the one to be expressed. So if na dominant, mora to siya ang ma-express. No, if we look at an organism, so mora to inyong ma-observe. Kasi since dominant man siya, makaver niya ang recessive nga allele. So I hope nasabtan. So if you have any questions, if paspas ka mo discuss, you can drag the video para inyong mabalik. And if you have questions, then you can email me or you can PM me para makapangutana mo para mas masabtan ninyo kung saang these differences sa kaning law of segregation, law of independent assortment, and law of dominance. Now, for the next slide, no, not all patterns of inheritance can be described using these laws or the Mendel's laws. Sometimes inheritance no patterns are more complicated than simple dominance. For example, no, not all offspring expresses purely dominant and recessive alleles. Some offsprings no, with heterozygous traits express traits that are intermediate between the traits of their homozygous parents. So in the next slide, we will discuss no, under the non-Mendelian traits. And we will begin with the first one, which is the incomplete dominance. If we talk about incomplete dominance, this happens when one allele is not completely dominant over the other allele. So this means that the traits have blended in the offspring na. Take note about the word blended. So ang nahitabo na ni, if we try to Punnett square no, or cross the red flower and the white flower, since incomplete man siya, wala siya na complete. So, ang hitabo, ga-blend ang iyahang color. So, in resultant sa iyang offspring na atay pink nga flower. So, instead nga mag red and white, ang hitabo, i-combine siya or na ay blend nga color. So, naana nun tay pink nga flower. So, mo na siya ang inyong i-remember sa incomplete dominance. So, sa incomplete dominance, in between no, the color of that organism. Nara siya sa in-between or na-blend siya. So, let's say, for example, we have the kanishang Punnett square. So, you can pause this video para maka-answer sa mo. And so, for the answer, is we have the homozygous dominant nga R, na heterozygous, duha kabok heterozygous, and also duha sad ka homozygous. So, ang result niya is, we have here. So, as you can see, na siya red since pag cross niya is duha man kabok R nga big. That's why red siya. And for the RW, we have the pink and the white ang duha kabok W. So, nga na siya ang incomplete dominance. Basta, ang yung remember sa incomplete dominance, kay na siya na blend or in between nga color sa ilahang duha kabok. Now, if natay blend nga color, sa kaning next nga slide, kay wala siya na actually na blend, but nasagol lang siya. For this codominance, both alleles contribute to the phenotype of an organism. Say, for example, kaning cattle or cattle. As you can see, if ato i-cross ang brown ug ang white, so ang hitabo silang offspring kay observable ang duha kabuk alleles sa usa ka organisms to the phenotype of an organism. So, ang hitabo, white siya nga cow, pero na siya puntik-puntik nga brown. So, mo na siya ang codominance. Another example, no, common example sa codominance is that kaning mga chickens. So, na ay black chickens and white chickens. So, pag-combine, nahimo siyang, pag-combine, na siya speckled, or na siya speckled nga mga white sa iyahang ang lawas. So, mo na siya ang result. Okay, next one, let's proceed sa multiple allele. And the multiple alleles, now this involve having more than two phenotypes for a particular trait, now which happens when an organism has more than two alleles for the trait. Thus, now you can observe a mixture of dominant alleles. Now, from the word itself, multiple, so daghan siya, multiple allele. Now, I have here a diagram. So, the chart no, represents different alleles no, for one gene for the fur or fur color. So, this occurs this is their corresponding genotypes. So, which results into the phenotypes of the appearance of the rabbit. So, at the top of the diagram, na siya list dira ang 4 alleles of the same gene. Kanang C, kanang first kanang nay allele dira kanang C the full color, the wild type brown pure, and we have the C nga na ICH nga small, that is the chinchilla or the chinchilla. The gray is pure with black tips, and we also have the C, which nga naa siya small letter H sa igbaw, the Himalayan, or the white with black ears, nose, or paws. And the last one, we have the C, the albino nga white pure, sa kaning example nga rabbit. These are the different versions of the same gene. Same gene na siya, but they have different version. Now for this, these alleles follows a dominance order. So we have the big letter C to the CH nga small to C nga H nga small and to the C nga naginusara siya nga small. So C is the most dominant, kanang big letter C, that is the most dominant, and the the small C, that is the most recessive or kanang albino. So in the next nga row dira nga kanang ubos sa genotype. Now as you can see, even if two different alleles no are paired, the more dominant ang alleles no, it controls the appearance of the rabbit. No, for example, ang kanang big letter C nga naay CH. Let's try nga to na siya i-combine sa big letter C o kanang C nga naay H nga small. Of course, since dominant man ang big nga letter C, ang mugawas ana is katong yung wild type nga rabbit. Kanang wild type kanang brown nga pure. If we try to combine the C nga naay small nga CH and C ra gid nga nag-inasara, of course, ang mulabaw ana nga ipagawa sa phenotype, that is the chinchilla or the black-tipped white pure. Okay, since mas dominant man siya. So in the diagram, this demonstrates that one gene has more than possible alleles in a population. Now, some alleles are more dominant than others. And in simple explanation, rabbit pure color, kaning color sa rabbit, is controlled by one gene with 4 possible alleles. So these alleles follows a dominance order, and the most dominant allele in the pair determines the rabbit's pure color. This one. So, mo na siya ang katong giingon ako nga naa siya order. Nag-follow siya og dominance order. So, in that, no, if i-compare na to ang CH nga small og ani C nga na CH sa igbaw, so mas dominant gid ang C nga na CH. Kasi man ang nagkuan sa order. So, these are the example of the multiple alleles. And we also have, the one of the example kaning naa sa to ang blood type. So another good example for the multiple alleles is seen in the human blood type. Now, in humans, we have 4 different blood types. We have the A, B, the AB, and the O. And we have 3 different alleles no nga makita sa to. We have the A, the B, and the O. So, if we try to put it in a Punnett square, of course, na makaproduce tag AB. So, as you can see sa kanang example dira nga diagram, kanang mga picture dira. So, pag Punnett square na to, we have the A, the AB, AB, tulo ka buok B, tulo ka buok A, and do ka buok AB, and usa ka O. So, the phenotype, so mo na siya ang phenotype sa A. It's either double A, so it represented siya as I, yan na siya A sa igbaw. Then I, B, and then ang for the O, small letter I siya. So, sa kung gipangita dira ang picture, we have the phenotype and the genotype niya nga type. So, A, so na siya big letter A nga duha, and or the I nga letter A nga big, and one nga small I. And same goes sa letter B. And for the AB, na siya big letter A, na po siya big letter B. And for the O nga type, so na siya duha ka homozygous nga small letter I. Now, if you wondered, if we try to search, unsa pinaka-common nga blood type, so ang pinaka-common nga blood type is the type O. Why? Because it is said daw sa una nga maybe maybe because no na ay mga diseases nga nikatag sa una, and then the type O ang people with type O, humans with type O, mora siya ang naka-survive. That's why nga daghan or mas common ang type O. And then some says no nga daghan jud kuno og mga type O nga mga humans o mga kuan humans, yes nga. So overall nga generation to generation nga nang daghan ng pag multiple sa O. So let's have here, for example, no, we have the Punnett square. Okay, try to pause this video and answer. And the question for this is, what is the percent chance that the baby will be in the type O? So the answer is, we have, okay, we have 25% probability of baby with type O. So i-cross na to sa Punnett square. So ang percent tira sa type O is only 25%. So I have here a multiple choice na question. So Sarah has type AB blood and her brother has type O blood. Their mom is type A and their dad is type B. So iyang mama is type A, iyang papa is type B. And then siya kay na type AB and iyang brother is na type O. Which of the following explain how it is possible for all individuals between two generations to have different genotypes for the same trait? Actually guys, ni possible jud kay ni kaayo ni siya nga sa usa ka family nga lahi-lahi sila og type sa blood. So, unsa may main cause ani? Is it A, blood type is an example of incomplete dominance? B, blood type is an example of traditional Mendelian inheritance? C, blood type is controlled by multiple alleles? Or D, blood type is controlled by polygenic inheritance? So, the answer for this, of course, will be letter C. So, blood type is controlled by multiple alleles. So, basta if you will encounter some questions no, about blood types, so automatically, that applies to the multiple others. Next one we have, this is the last one, which is the 6-linked traits. Now, in a 6-linked trait, now, it is an observable characteristic of an organism that is influenced by the genes on the chromosomes that determine the organism's sex. So, kaning sa 6-linked traits, no, mostly, mga example ani niya is mga diseases. Kay most commonly ang mga diseases yun, naa sa mo occur siya sa chromosome sa lalaki. So, for example, no, the hemophilia. Kani siyang sakit nga hemophilia, moro ni siya, sakit niya sa dugo, which, if masamad ang isa ka tawo niya, naka-hemophilia is dugay siya maayo. It's because nagkulang siya o katong pampaayo sa samad. So, muna siyang hemophilia. You can search that one, kang hemophilia. But it's something to do with the blood. So, hemophilia is a recessive 6-linked, recessive, no? So, mostly represent siya sa small letters. So, I have here, example. So, kani siya, di ba, ang the female have the female have the X and Y, and the female has the XX. So, kani siya, this is the example of the female have a hemophilia. So, the small letter H that represents the hemophilia na disease. And this is the male. There are also healthy males man, and muna siya represents sa mga healthy males. Since ang hemophilia is recessive 6-linked man siya, so narani mo siya makita sa mga small nga mga letters. So, kani siya, kay since siya small nga letter, so big letter H na siya. So, healthy siya nga male. So, ato siyang i-observe or ato siyang i-compare. Let's find the male that has a hemophilia. Of course, kani siya ang naay hemophilia nga adyo. Okay, how about for the female? So, try to locate no asa dira ang naay hemophilia nga female. Is it the double big letter H, the heterozygous nga H, or the homozygous nga small letter H? Of course, the answer will be the small. So, nganong wala may hemophilia ang female nga naay heterozygous? It's because dominant man ang letter H. Dominant man siya po. So, meaning ana, if naa siya heterozygous nga alil nga big letter H o small letter H, That means carrier ra siya. So possible sa next generation pa niya o sa next generation pa makuha ang sakit ng hemophilia. So for example, we have here kani siya. So try to pause and answer the one-side result. So the question there is that what percent chance that their child will have a hemophilia? And let's go directly sa answer. So the answer will be, okay, try to find out pila man ka percent ang their child will have a hemophilia. Of course, it will have a 0 chance. Okay, as you can see, naaman siya ang small nga H, but then naaman siya dominant nga letter H. So that's why 0 chance siya. How about this one? Try to pause again para maka-answer mo. So again, what percent chance that their child will have a hemophilia? And so, let's go directly sa answer. So the answer is, of course, they will have 25% chance. Kay, naa naman siya, X, small X, then small H, then Y. So, this one, is it, kinsa may mapasahan sa disease ng hemophilia? Is it the daughter or the son? Of course, it is the son, kay XY man siya. Male man ang XY. Kanang XX, that is the female. That's why, most commonly sa mga diseases, ang more maka-inherit dito is kanang mga male. So, either sila ang magdala or sila ang maka-inherit. So, sila ang most commonly makakuha sa mga inherited ng mga diseases. So, this one, kana siya. Muna siya ang hemophilia nga alleles. And that ends our discussion for the Mendelian and the non-Mendelian. So hopefully, naamoy na learn sa video presentation. So, thank you everyone for listening. I hope you learned a lot. And if you have questions, no, I am willing to answer. You can just PM me or email me sa inyong mga questions.